another thing I want to say, people of God, that was on my spirit. It was on my spirit last night. Then it was on my spirit again early this morning. I didn't say anything. It's on my spirit now. There are a lot of adults, young adults, older adults, walking around with the spirit of rejection attached to their soul, tormenting them. And the only thing that some people are looking for, they are yearning. It's like that little child that was hurt, neglected at childhood, is fighting to be acknowledged. And if you are a parent, if you're still alive and you know you didn't make all the right decisions, and your children can verbalize and talk to you, sometimes they may not even know why they're feeling so tormented. They may say, you don't love me. You may say, I do love you. They may say, no, you don't. I do love you. I did this. That's what I did this. It's not about buying them a car. It's not about buying them shoes. It's not about doing that. Where's the pain coming from? Sometimes you can say, what makes you feel like I don't love you? And listen. Not listen to argue. Not listen and be quick to be offended. Sometimes you could just listen, because those, hey, my male lady, sometimes what they will explain to you is exactly where the root of the issue are. And don't be quick to defend yourself, and just listen and sit in it for a while. And sometimes you may have to grab your child, your grown adult baby, because if that child got hurt at 3 years old, if there's some trauma that happened in that child's soul, or 2, 3 years old, you need to, as a parent, and you see this child struggling, they may have kids of their own, and they're trying to make it and press through life. Don't be silent. Get with your child, face to face if you're able to, while you're still here in this earth. Put your arms around that child. Let them know. They need to hear these words. I'm sorry for my shortcomings. Because they got shortcomings too. We all do. But they need to hear accountability. I want you to know Mama loves you. Mama loves you so much, and I got your back. And I know I didn't get everything right, but I'm here now. And I want to move forward. I want us to build our relationship. I'm willing to listen to you. You know? Tell Mama what's wrong. They need to hear that. You're speaking to that little child that got hurt, that remembers the trauma, that remembers they were not treated or accepted as well as some of their siblings were treated. That pain that they had to endure and grow up through, there's a gap in that soul. And if you're still alive in this earth, you can fix it. And I also want you to know, if you know you haven't lived the best life, none of us are perfect, and none of us can go back and change the past. So don't beat yourself up about that. But be willing, and when you speak to your grown baby, take accountability. Because when you open the door to the home, that child suffers with whatever spirits have to come into that home. And you may not see it. You may think, oh, I got them put up in their room and they don't know what's going on. That's my company. They stay in the child's place, all of that. You open the door to whatever spirits come into your home. And some of those spirits, they sit with those children. They grow up with those children until they're adults. And they go into different lifestyles and they do different things. And you be like, I ain't raised them like this. And I didn't do that. All right. You know, neglect spiritually. If you know you didn't walk upright, the Bible says, train a child the way that they should go. And if they depart when you have done the training, then that's on them. But they'll come back. And if you know you ain't really train them, it ain't a hypocrisy trainer. Don't do as I do as I say do. So I could be out here hoeing around, doing all this, using all kind of substances, doing all of that. Don't do what you see me doing. Just do what I tell you to do. Children learn what they live. So the dysfunction starts there. Take accountability. Love on that child's soul. Rebuke the spirit of rejection. Rejection gets a stronghold on your child. It will fight that child. That child will try to go forward and move on in life, try to get married, try to raise a family. And the enemy will keep coming back through that little gap in the soul to fight against them. They constantly will look for love in all the wrong places. They look for friendships that can nurture that soul. And you have these users out here to take advantage of that. Take advantage of it. Innocent soul. If you're still in the land of the living, love and nurture on your child's soul. They need to hear the words coming from the parent where the trauma began. Baby, I love you. I'm sorry Mama didn't get everything right. And don't be doing it with no attitude. Do it with sincerity. Do it with, you know what, I'm going to put my arms around you and I'm going to show you love. And I want you to forgive me for my shortcomings. Because I know the world ain't going to put their arms around my baby. I know the world ain't going to love my baby like I would love my baby. I know the world ain't going to want my baby to live in a good, nice, prosperous marriage and raise a beautiful family and have a nice home. I know the world ain't going to, you know what I'm saying, support my baby. So mama going to speak life into you. When you get married, mama going to speak life into that marriage. Stop putting your mouth on your children. When they act out because of the pain, don't go around talking to people. Yeah, they so disrespectful, disrespecting me and all that. Until they reach the point where they can think for themselves and you no longer have influence and control over them. Now they're disrespectful. But when they were suffering in silence, it was all about you. Now they grown and they can think for themselves, and you got to reflect on some things, and you get mad with them. Let's take a look. What Michael Jackson said, I'm staring at the man in the mirror, asking him to change his ways. Every one of us can take a second to reflect in the mirror. Right? There are some grown people walking in this earth with a spirit of rejection attached to their soul. And that spirit will come to make you fight against you and fight against all your happiness. Make you feel all alone. Make you feel like the whole world against you. But the love and nurturing of a parent. And if your parent has already left this earth, then you forgive them. And you talk it out with God. And maybe sometimes finding you a good therapist. If you find you a good therapist who you can sit and talk to and have experience, spiritual and biblical understanding about these things, it'll be a blessing to your soul. With many of us in my culture, we were not raised to think on therapy as a benefit. We were raised to think of it as something where you crazy. You got to be crazy. You got to have some mental health illness to go and sit down. No. Understanding your mind and your mental health, therapy can be a blessing when you connect with a good one, a good therapist. Everybody have different spirit and different energy on them. But you try it for yourself if your parent is already gone. And if one don't work, don't give up. Maybe try another one who have a spirit of righteousness and wisdom and understanding that can speak to the spirit in you. Because when you connect with people who are anointed in what they do, who have the light of Christ in them, they might not know you personally, but they can speak to that spirit in a way and help you heal that pain in your soul. And you're going to have memories from time to time. We all do. This is what good fellowship and good sincere community benefits us, because you have a brother or sister who on the same walk, who's like-minded sometimes, that you can pick up the phone and talk to. Pray for those type of connections. Anyway, that's just my little 2 cents. Have a blessed day.